For this big Champions League game between Liverpool and Napoli of Italy. A game that really promises so much, and hopefully we'll get a better spectacle than what we did in our last commentary game last night between Manchester City and Shakhtar Donetsk, taking nothing away from the fact that they got a draw yesterday, Donetsk. This surely has to be a much more better balanced encounter than the one we saw last night. Tottenham certainly produced the goods with an aid of a ball boy last night. Will we see the same happen again? Let's have a look at the two lineups. I'll obviously recap a bit later on the lineups, but these are the lineups we've got at the moment. I've got the team sheets in. So this is the Liverpool 11. Alisson in goal, and then it's Gomez, Lovren, Van Dijk and Robertson the back four. A bit of a change in the midfield area where Henderson, Fabinho and James Milner come in. And then it's Mo Salah, Bobby Firmino and Sadio Mane who start up front. On the bench for Liverpool, Adrian Wijnaldum, he's the man to make way for Milner. Oxlade-Chamberlain, Lallana, Shaqiri, Origi and Trent Alexander-Arnold. So Joe Gomez preferred to Trent Alexander-Arnold in that Liverpool side tonight. Napoli, of course, formerly now managed, of course, by Carlo Ancelotti, the former AC Milan and Chelsea manager. This is their lineup as follows. Mele is in goal, Maximovic, Malolas, Kobai and Di Lorenzo along the back, and then it's Lloris, Marquez, Zielinski, Mario Rui, Lozano and Mertens. On the bench for Napoli tonight, David Ospina, the former Manchester City goalkeeper, Calderon, Llorente, the former Swansea and Tottenham man, who played in the European Cup final last season, Elmas, Loperto, Eunice, Gitano. The referee and his assistants tonight all come from Spain, incidentally. Referee tonight, Carlos del Cielo Grande. What a name that is. The assistants are Mr. Just on the far side and Mr. Alonso on the near side. The fourth official is Jose Montero, again of Spain, and another Spaniard in charge of our VAR system tonight, and that's Jose Maria Sanchez, again of Spain. Well, New Caton on tonight, my good little friend. How you doing, mate? Good to have you with us last night, and you were doing really a sterling job with all the scores as they came in last night. A magnificent performance. Just to let you know, he's letting us know now, but we're letting you know anyway. Chelsea 2, Valencia 2 at the Mestalla. That was an early kick-off. That's why we're not doing Chelsea this evening. But it's a great performance that from Chelsea. If they can get a draw from there. Lampard's young side really performing above and beyond this season. Higher up in the table than they would have expected. I thought you were going to say, Sue's on, good evening, Sue. I thought you were going to say Jose Mourinho for the referee. Rusty's on, good evening, everybody. Great to see you on at the start, Sue. Usually you join us on about halfway through, so nice to have you on board tonight, Sue. And I haven't forgotten about the messages you've sent me. I will try and get back to you. It's just been very hectic recently, what with this and work and now spending time with friends elsewhere in Manchester. It's been a long process. But we are back in the JB Claret Combox for the second time tonight, and looking forward to that. Don't forget some FA Cup action coming up on Friday night as I forget what they're called now. Something Tiptree. Something Tiptree. We'll come back to that. So we'll just I'll just check that. But they are playing. They're playing South. They're playing Newport County. Malden and Tiptree. That's it. Malden and Tiptree. We're going to feature them. They were the conquerors, of course, in round one of the FA Cup when they beat Leyton Orient in a terrific game down at Brisbane Road in the last round a fortnight ago, and in fact won with 10 men. In fact, Malton and Tiptree. So great opportunity for them. They've got a home draw, and we'll sort that up. Newcape asking, when is Chris going to... I wonder when Chris is getting to do the live stream. Hopefully soon, mate, because obviously Chris has got his own dilemma, got his own life to lead. So as soon as we can get him available and we can get him commentated and ready to go again, then yes, we're hoping to have Chris back a little bit later on in the season. But it's nice to all have you with us. And of course, Russell will be buzzing because Leeds won last night. Top of the league at the moment and doing magnificently well, although they could be knocked off the top if they're rivals. And I think West Bromwich Albion are in action tonight as well, so we'll keep you abreast of any championship scores as they happen this evening as well. So plenty to look out for. The comment section, as you can see, is in full operation. Just a little word of warning to everybody. Keep your comments clean, and it is a family show, so keep your comments nice and clean, please, if you wouldn't mind. So, we're all set. We're just waiting for the teams to come out now. We're literally 7 minutes away from kick-off for this crucial game tonight. If Liverpool can win, they will qualify for the last 16 of the Champions League. This is Group E, of course. Napoli, in fact, having a little bit of a patchy season so far. They're seventh. Now, there's a bit of news coming out of Arsenal here. Now, this is unconfirmed reports, I should add, that Arsenal fans are apparently delighted with the club's decision, alleged decision, to contact Massimo Allegri, regarding the Arsenal job. Now, Umar Emery still has a job at the Emirates Stadium, but for how long that remains to be seen, because Umar Emery... Now, the reports have suggested that the Arsenal board will hold talks over the next 48 hours in what would be an unscheduled boardroom meeting, which could possibly decide the end of Umar Emery as manager. As Liverpool's Anfield ground looks spectacularly bright under the floodlights here. Now, if that's the case, Allegri could well take over in North London after the club had reached out to the former Juventus boss. So, reading into that, if you will, Arsenal fans, there's been a result. Valencia 2, Chelsea 2, and there's been a bit of drama there as well in that game. 2 apiece, as I say. Bit of a lucky goal there to make it 1-1 by West there, I'm just seeing. And then the ball played through. Chelsea actually having to come from behind tonight. And then they went 2-1 down. Oh, they nearly went 2-1 down. They missed another chance there that's been missed there by Valencia. In fact, I think that was the chance to make it 3-2. So Valencia and Chelsea are first and second with 8 points. Ajax not far behind on 7. So that's going to go to the last day. Remember, Ajax and Lille play tonight. So Chelsea could end up, if Ajax were to get a result, they could end up in the Europa League spot. Zenit, of course, have beaten Lyon 2-0 in Russia tonight. And, of course, you know Valencia too. Tonight we've got other games. Barcelona, Dortmund, Slavia Prague against Inter Milan, Lille against Ajax, and Ghent against Salzburg. And we'll be keeping you abreast of all those scores as we go on. Our big game, our main feature tonight, our main event here on the JB Clark YouTube channel is the 6 times European champions Liverpool against Napoli. What a game this really promises to be. Napoli beat Liverpool in the opening game of the Champions League campaign. They beat them 2-0 in Naples. But this is a different kettle of fish where Anfield is concerned on a European night. When Liverpool turn up, boy, did they turn up on a night like this. Remember in May when that semi-final, when it looked all doom and gloom against Barcelona, they came back from the dead in that one and won 4-0, thus going through to the final and winning it. Win tonight, and Liverpool can look forward to some more knockout drama in the second half of the season. They're going magnificently well in the Premier League, still unbeaten in the Premier League, incidentally. That defeat in Naples is their only defeat competitively this season. It's going to be the start of a very busy few weeks for Liverpool, where they've got a League Cup quarter-final against Aston Villa, up to anything up to 9 Premier League fixtures. And of course, they've got to fly out to Qatar to fulfil at least a semi-final or possibly a final of the World Club Championships. So they have a very, very busy schedule, Jurgen Klopp's men. Let's hope the squad is good enough to do it. We're just having a few technical itches here. But hopefully everything will be settled down here for this game. What an atmosphere it promises to be here in Anfield. And Liverpool are coming out here onto the famous Anfield turf. Well, this really is a terrific atmosphere. The Napoli fans have made a good journey. There's about 2,000 or 3,000 of them have made the journey from Naples to Liverpool tonight, across from Italy. And they'll relish the idea of this now as Liverpool and Napoli line up for the now familiar Champions League theme tune. Napoli in the blue shirts. Liverpool, of course, need I tell you, all in red tonight. Alisson wearing a green goalkeeper's outfit tonight. And the mascots in front seem very pleased to be here. One of them decided to give the television camera a little wink, but what an atmosphere. What will happen here tonight? Liverpool and Napoli. This is a real test for Liverpool. If they can avenge that 2-0 defeat in Naples earlier on in the group, this would be an amazing achievement for Liverpool. Their only defeat in competitive football this season. Right, let's look at that. Let's recap that Liverpool team again. Alisson, as you know, in goal. Then it's a back four. Joe Gomez plays at right back. But as Lovren and Virgil van Dijk, the two centre-halves, and Andy Robertson. Then it's Milner on the left, Fabinho in the centre, Henderson on the right of the three-man midfield, and then it's Salah on the right, Marnie on the left, and Firmino up front for Liverpool tonight for Jurgen Klopp's men. That tried and trusted 4-3-3 that's served Jurgen Klopp so very well over the last couple of seasons. And it could have and should have maybe won them a bit more silverware than what they actually achieved, but they did win the big one here last season. The referee tonight is Carlos Del Caro Grande of Spain. His two assistants are Juan Carlos Yest and Robert Alonso. Jose Montero is the fourth official. And the VAR referee, we have VAR on display. Jose Maria Sanchez is the VAR referee. Let's look at the Napoli side, shall we? Murray in goal. And then it's Makasukic, Malinos, Kobai, Mario Rui. Then it's Fabian, Zelensky, Allen is number 5. Di Lorenzo, and then up front Lozano and Mertens. So it's actually Allen, they call him. So we're going to cross that long name out and put Allen, because that's how he's pronounced. So Allen, we're going to go off the FIFA thing. But here's Dries Mertens. He's going to be the real threat for Napoli tonight, alongside Lozano. Of course, Napoli coached by the charismatic and vastly experienced world-class coach Angelotti. And, of course, he managed Chelsea and AC Milan. So he's got previous with Liverpool. Angelotti was also the coach when when Milan went 3-0 down and then came back to 3-0 and then won on penalties, and that never to be forgotten. Night in Istanbul as Napoli get us underway in the blue shirts, white shorts, blue stockings, attacking the Kop tonight to our right as Virgil van Dijk gets it back to Alisson, and Alisson just kicks away there with his right foot, and that was a very close run thing. Liverpool attacking the Anfield Road end, incidentally, in the first half in their all-red strip. So asks, do you think any of Liverpool's chance tonight will be put to Christmas songs? Well, we'll just have to find out, Sue. We'll just have to find out. We're still in November. Let's not forget, the jungle's still going on. let's get the jungle out of the way before on the Champions League in the third round of the FA Cup before thinking about Christmas. Don't forget Malden and Tiptree in the FA Cup on Friday night live here. And then on Monday night, we'll have full coverage of the third round proper draw of the FA Cup. All the 20 Premier League clubs and the 24 teams from the Championship will be in the hat for the first time this season in the competition. Meanwhile, in the Champions League, Napoli have got a free kick. And as the ball will be played in from the left-hand side into the penalty area, knocked away again. Here's Mo Salah, taking it down well, looking for Mane, trying to get a 1-2 going with Salah. But Napoli having enough players back. It was Salah against 3 Naples defenders, and the ball hooked forward once again, and that should be Alisson's. Takes it down outside his penalty area on the chest. Now Van Dijk has it now, just to the right of the D. And Van Dijk just cuts back and sprays the ball to Dejan Lovren. And now Fabinho. A tremendous atmosphere, this game. It really does promise to be a classic. Hopefully we'll certainly have that in abundance here tonight. And one hopes. What's the jungle? I'm a celebrity, get me out of here soon. That's the jungle. That's what I'm talking about. It's been a television series that's been going on in this country, going on ITV for many, many years. 2 minutes gone. Thankfully, we're into the football. And there's Carlo Ancelotti, the vast experienced coach. Feeling the effects of it now. As we got 2 minutes 20 from the first half, and it's 0-0. And good play there by Manolas. Did really well to get that ball away there for Napoli. Napoli not really doing as well as they would have liked in Serie A. Ancelotti under a lot of pressure. 7th in Serie A, having been runners-up or in the top 3 in Serie A for the last several seasons or so, as Salah breaks into the penalty area. And again, good challenge there. And here goes Koulibaly to get the ball away there for Napoli. And now, there's some problems here. Manolas again having to be put under a lot of pressure. And Liverpool here starting on the front foot. And Sadio Mane in particular has really done terrifically well. I'm not going to read the first score out against in the Brentford match because I love to mention their name. But I can tell you that QPR 0, Forest 1 is Figueiredo is the scorer there. But I love to mention the first one there. Here's James Milner now for Liverpool. Now Sadio Mane. Back to Milner, left-hand side. Wants a free kick. The Spanish referee says no. It's play on. And now a chance here for the number 11, Lozano. Lozano now cuts inside and a lovely ball here. A chance here for Di Lorenzo to get a cross in. The ball out of play and behind for a goal kick to Liverpool with 3 3/4 minutes gone. And Ajax, this does affect Chelsea, in fact, because Ajax now have taken the lead. And if that was to stay the same in Lille tonight, they're bottom of the group. They've only got 1 point to their name, Lille, which is highly disappointing from their point of view. But what it does mean is that Chelsea would be pushed into third place because of an inferior goal difference. So it really does put Frank Lampard's tails up against it. They could have done with a big result, and it looks as if 2-2 is probably not a good result, as it turns out for Chelsea. And I think they had the lead in that game as well. Lampard will be kicking himself and his men. 2-2 it finished in the Mestalla against Valencia. Valencia and Chelsea, of course, level on points, of course. Here's Mane for Liverpool down the left-hand side, giving the Napoli defence a little bit of a torment. And it is a throw-in now. Robertson to take it straight to Milner. Milner looking to size up a cross, and it's a good one, but away it goes by Koulibaly. And the ball again out of play, and it came off a Liverpool player and behind for a goal kick. We've rapidly reached 5 minutes already. That's how quick this first half has already flown by here. Liverpool 0, Napoli 0, live on the JB Claret YouTube channel. And here is Mere, the goalkeeper for Napoli. Kick forward. Mertens, Lozano touching that back. Dries Mertens incidentally wears number 14 and the number 22 here. Di Lorenzo is in A little bit of pain now down on the near side. Just shy of halfway. He's off the field. And let's just see what happened. It was a collision between him and James Milner. In fact, he fell awkwardly when trying to challenge James Milner. No blame attached whatsoever to the Liverpool man, but that's a really bad... Looks like the shoulder. Looks like the right-hand shoulder, and there's spray going on there, and Di Lorenzo looks in complete and utter agony. We've got 6 minutes gone here, and the spray that they use there, and you can just... I've just seen the big... map. There's like loads of steam coming off it, or spray, I should say. You can see the spray coming off there as they're spraying the special deep heat, I think it is, onto the shoulder, and it's a very, very, very graphic to me. But hopefully he'll be okay and he'll be able to ease that pain off. Virgil van Dijk now for Liverpool. Halfway inside his own half, finds Andy Robertson on the left. Robertson checks back and then finds Virgil van Dijk once again. Right-footed, along towards the far side. The ball has not been kept in on the far side, however, and it's out for a throw-in to Napoli. With a game of head tennis going on at the moment. Bobby Firmino to take over for Liverpool. Plays it into Sadio Mane. Mane in there, but he's lost possession. Now a chance for Napoli to try and exploit something. There's a foul there against Liverpool, so a free kick, in fact, it goes to Napoli. The referee, the Spanish referee, will stand for no nonsense, it seems to me. We had a Slovenian referee at the Etihad Stadium last night who was very reluctant to show yellow cards at all for any challenge that was made in the game between Manchester City and Shakhtar Donetsk. And this really will be a tough assignment, this, for Liverpool. There's no doubt about that. But Napoli have got their own agendas as well to take care of, and they will obviously relish this opportunity. And the long ball forward. Now, this could be trouble, but it's going to be goalkeeper Alisson's. This one ball over the top, and they've got some very good strikers, as I said. Lozano and Mertens can cause a threat or two. So can Mane. Out came Marais with a header away. And the ball will break, but it will break for Liverpool. They've kept it in on the far side. Henderson now charging forward. The Liverpool captain, good football again. Now coloured by the other captain, tussling with Jordan Henderson. And it's going to be a goal kick for Napoli, but that's a little bit better for Liverpool. Just a little bit quiet at the start, but looking a little bit better. Goalkeeper coming out off limits. Henderson did try to hit the shot and completely miscued it. So we'll come past the 8.5 minute mark here, and it's Liverpool 0, Napoli 0 here at Anfield. Excuse me. Here's Milner getting the ball forward. It's well cut out, and the ball's been won again by Bobby Firmino. He took the ball off Di Lorenzo there, who's thankfully back up on his feet again. I should also be pleased to report. So you'll be relieved to hear that one, Sue. No substitution required, and that's going to be a Napoli ball to the constellation of Liverpool supporters. Jordan Henderson having a few words to say about it, but it remains 0-0. Anfield always looking pristine on these big European nights, as you come to expect. And this is Maximovic to get it away for Napoli down the right-hand channel. 0-0 is the current scoreline. And the ball now played back towards Alisson again. They're just taking a little bit of a risk there, Liverpool. They're not, as I say, they just need to... I hate it when, as a commentator, it is frustrating when you see teams play up from the back, because you know it's a very risky strategy. Although it has served Liverpool well in the last 18 months or so. Oh, that's a poor ball from Salah. Crossed in from the right-hand side, and it was well taken by Marais. We've had 10 minutes of the first half. It's Liverpool 0, Napoli 0 if you've just joined us. Gini Wijnaldum is on the bench. That's the big team news for Liverpool tonight. So James Milner, the vastly experienced former England player. He's now in from the start tonight. So England being represented in 2 of the 3 midfield positions for Liverpool tonight. This is a Scot on the ball on the left-hand side. That's Andrew Robertson. Back to Virgil van Dijk, who's a Dutchman. Now Lovren. Lovren now to get the ball down that side. Gomez has found Salah. Salah now. Oh, that's a paw from Mo Salah, and he hangs his head there because he's giving it straight away to Di Lorenzo. Lovely ball back, and Dries Mertens is onto it. It's Mertens with the shot on the edge of the area. Good block, and then a follow-up shot into the cop from... I think it might have been Ruiz with the shot in the end. Ruiz with the shot, but Dries Mertens there just pulling the trigger. Then it came to Ruiz, left foot, and he's hit it way past the left-hand post and into the cup. You can do anything you want. Just keep on giving me the scores like last night. 0-0 is the score. This is Mo Salah for Liverpool. Now touch back. Fabinho gets a good ball out towards Sadio Mane. Robertson on the overlap. This is Robertson. This man can really take on all comers. Milner with a good dummy. Now on the edge of the penalty area, Mo Salah. But there was 5 or 6 Napoli shirts there converging on Mo Salah. And in the end, Mo never stood a chance to even get a shot off because they were all surrounding him and hunted like wolves and got him away. Quick on now. Here's Virgil van Dijk taking possession. Good football this again from Liverpool. Mane, better from Liverpool. More positive flair about their play at the moment. And now the ball out towards the far side. It's Napoli in possession. 12 gone. 0-0 in this Champions League game. Over the top. Just wide, in fact, of Alisson's right-hand post. It was a speculative attempt. Might have been Mario Rui with the shot. He's gone with it left-footed. Would have been a great finish if he'd have caught that one into the back of the net. But as it happens, it remains goalless. With 12 and a half minutes gone. Goal, not good news for Leeds that because West Brom could take over leadership of the Championship tonight if they beat Bristol City, and they're doing just that through goal scorer Kieran Gibbs. This is Robertson towards the edge of the penalty area. Pull back to Jordan Henderson. Mo Salah on the far side, chipped in there. They appeal hands. Referee wasn't interested. There is VAR in operation tonight, and we've got 13 minutes, and there's a free kick given here against Dejan Lovren. Now, of course, VAR will check everything, even in the Champions League games. And Fabinho is very much injured and on his haunches here at the moment. There's also Lozano there too on the ground. He was being pulled by Lovren, and that was what the free kick was given for. And then Fabinho just clattered into the back of him, and he's gone down, and he's holding a shoulder now. And he's one of their better players as well. Liverpool, one of their best midfielders they've got at the moment. Jurgen Klopp there, a real headache for him. The last thing he wants going into December, and it's going to be a massive month. And they've got something about 12, 13 games in the old month alone. Including 1 Champions League game, a League Cup quarter-final, potentially 2 games in the World Cup Championship, and 7 or 8 Premier League matches, including the Merseyside derby a week tonight. So there's a lot of concern here, and of course Manchester City have lost their best player, one of their better players, Sergio Aguero. So this could be a real this could be a real concern here for Liverpool. Well, Ancelotti's kept it tight. There's no doubt about that. He's tactically been a bit more sounder, and it looks as if Fabinho rather was going to be okay. And yes, just to remind you about the comment section, please keep the comments clean. We are a family programme. So Fabinho has made his way off the field for a temporary measure, of course, so they can get on with the game. So Liverpool, for the moment anyway, down to 10 men. We've had a quarter of an hour of the first half, plus Of course, we've had 1 or 2 stoppages of 2 minutes or so for some injuries, but apart from that, it's 0-0. But no real proper effort at goal yet. As the ball's whipped round the corner, Lovren should get that ball back to Alisson and does. And Alisson should be coy enough to pick that ball up. Fabinho, I'm pleased to say, is okay and is rejoined us out on the field. 15 and a half minutes of the first half played, and it's a long ball from Robertson, but it's an aimless ball, and he'll go straight to Mere in the Napoli goal. Napoli, as I say, lying 7th in the Italian Serie A. Liverpool, of course, need I remind you, lying first in the Premier League. Offside, I think, against Mertens, and he's frustrated by that. Also, Lozano was also offside as well, so disappointing there. Might have looked a good little break that for Napoli, but the linesman made the call, and it looked to the correct call. As the long ball forward by Virgil van Dijk finds Mane. He's goated in here. Mane, oh, good challenge. Good challenge again by number 44, Manolas. Did really well there. Virgil van Dijk, one ball over the top, and there was Mane, but Manolas did really well. Got a good foot in. A little bit, in fact, I don't think he touched it at all. I thought it might have been a corner. It is a corner, but I thought it might have been a goal kick looking at the replay. James Milner to take the corner then for Liverpool. Near side, the left-hand side, into the near post, flicked on. Fabinho challenging, but it's come away now for Napoli, and look at Joe Gomez on his marks and getting the ball back to Alisson Becker in the Liverpool goal. There's been a goal in the game, and again that's involving the top of the championship. Preston North End going really well in third place as things stood, but they're losing to a goal from a guy called J. Bowen. Not Jim, of course, but Jared Bowen of Hull. He's just hit the bullseye and has put Hull into a very super smashing great position against Preston North End. 1-0 Hull City lead. Smashing great for them. Here's Jordan Henderson now for Liverpool. Can they hit their own bullseye tonight and get into the last 16 of the Champions League as the cross comes in towards the penalty area from the right-hand side? Bobby Firmino was waiting, but again, good blanket Napoli defending. Now Milner flicks it up. Milner into the penalty area. Milner now shoots, and the deflection comes away. And still we await a goal elsewhere. There's only been a goal. There's only been the one goal so far in our Champions League games, and that was the game involving Ajax Amsterdam. But this was a wonderful piece of play here. James Milner involved, and yeah, Bowen bullseye. Great callback, JB. A great throwback as well. James Bowen was one of those. And I've got some news to report. Fabinho is not going to be able to continue, I'm afraid. He's gone off the field. And Gini Wijnaldum, who was sacrificed in place of James Milner, has had to come on. So that's a bit of a blow, that really. It's in all seriousness for Liverpool, because Fabinho has been one of the more standout performers this season. And hopefully it's just a precautionary measure. There has been a goal by Inter Milan, 1-0 up. Martinez with the goal in that game against Slavia Prague. So Inter Milan winning 1-0 there. Here at Anfield, it's still no goals between Liverpool and Napoli. And a long ball forward, the flag has stayed down. And a chance here for the cross by Di Lorenzo, and it gets a deflection, and it will be a corner. And a chance here for Dries Mertens now to hook one in from the near side corner, the right hand corner flag. Or the quadrant, I should say. So Inter Milan 1 up, Ajax 1 up. The rest of the scores around Europe in the Champions League group phase, 0-0. But Napoli here have a corner. Mertens with it. Into the penalty area it goes. Again, the heads were there. A bit up and under. Benfica has scored against Red Bull Leipzig in Germany. 1-0. It is Fernandes, the goal scorer there. As Bobby Firmino lays the ball off, finds Joe Gomez. Gomez has to go backwards and finds Dejan Lovren. Lovren on halfway finds the ball out towards Jordan Henderson. Now Joe Gomez again. Stays on side. Back inside. Still on the right hand side. It's Henderson back to Virgil van Dijk. Now the ball spread towards James Milner, who's having a decent first half so far. The Evergreen veteran Liverpool midfielder. Here's Sadio Mane. Mane with a cross into the penalty area and into the 6-yard area. Good catch there by the goalkeeper there, Meret, and it's still 0-0. We've had 20 minutes of the first half if you just joined us. No real massive opportunities as yet, but I can also report that I'm afraid Fabinho has had to go off because of an injury he sustained earlier on in the first half, and Gini Wijnaldum is now on the field, so Liverpool forced into a substitution. The flag has stayed down, and it's a chance now. Mertens shoots, and he scores into the corner. It's a horrible moment for Liverpool. Dries Mertens with that trusty right foot, and that is a terrific goal for Napoli. And another injury there, and it looks like Virgil van Dijk is down on his haunches. So another problem for Liverpool. But Napoli are in front, and Virgil van Dijk looks as if he's struggling as well. Dries Mertens with the goal. And it was injured in the build-up, I think, as the ball was played forward, and I think Mertens was the man involved as well. And he's onside because Robertson's playing him on the near side. It's a wonderful ball over the top. Van Dijk's hurt himself, but Mertens here keeps his composure, smashes it in the left-hand corner because across Alisson's goal, and there's no chance for Alisson. And Liverpool now are in big trouble. Already lost Fabinho to injury. Now they could be on the verge of possibly having to sacrifice Virgil van Dijk. He feels there should have been a free kick. I just wonder, VAR's also on board now. Will they go to VAR and will the goal be checked? Because of that injury, Virgil van Dijk is receiving treatment. I'm not sure what Dries Mertens actually did wrong there, to be fair, but Van Dijk was trying to win it. I mean, he must have pulled up there, but I think the goal will stand. I don't think there's anything wrong at all about the goal, but they are checking it, and now this could be an interesting decision. Are they going to? No, it's going to be given. Liverpool have not had the decision overturned. It has been checked with VAR, and that's not going to go down too well here at Anfield. But it is 1-0 to Napoli. The goal, I'm afraid, is given. Napoli 1 up. It's a great finish, though, by Mertens, one has to say. But more encouraging news. Virgil van Dijk is okay. That's the good news. But the bad news, as far as Liverpool are concerned, they have now the VAR are checking again. Now this is a little bit of a controversy. Now we can't see any replays of this. The VAR people are checking now. The referee's having a word with Andrew Robertson here. I'm in the dark about this as much as you are. They are checking the goal now, I'm told. The goal was originally given. Now, I wonder if it's just for offside, is it? Well, he looks level to me, I have to say, Mertens, but Robertson looks as if he's playing him onside. Now, I'd be very amazed if the goal is overturned on that decision, and the goal surely has to be given. And we're still nowhere closer to finding out what's happening next year. They are reviewing it as things stand. The referee having discussions with one or two of the Liverpool players. The goal has actually been given, so after all that, the goal has been given, so it is 1-0 to Napoli after all that kerfuffle. Well, VAR just checking there. I mean, I suppose it doesn't help really when they're making checks for a long time. VAR is good if it's done swiftly and mercilessly, but it's still going to need a few snags to iron out. And when we're talking about VAR rearing its ugly head in the Premier League, but I can't understand why they were checking it for offside, because to me, Mertens, as that ball was played, was clearly behind Andy Robertson, as that ball was clearly not beyond Andrew Robertson, who was playing him onside. And that, to me, was a fair goal anyway. Here's Mane for Liverpool. Only 1-0 down, so they've still got plenty of time to get back into this game. Here's Milner now on the left-hand side. And here is Robertson out to Lovren. I hope you guys are enjoying it at home. Don't forget to leave a like, and if you are new to the channel and you're listening along and you're enjoying what we're providing for you tonight in terms of audio commentary, don't forget to hit that notification bell for future updates and future videos, of course, and live streams. As Mane goes in, there will be a throw-in to Liverpool. Virgil van Dijk is moving around okay, I'm pleased to say. Borussia Dortmund 0, Barcelona 0 at the Nou Camp Stadium, as the ball is swept into the penalty area again. I have to say the Napoli defence has been very good now. Virgil van Dijk trying his luck, right-footed, into the Anfield Road it goes, over the bar, and a bit more encouragement there from Jurgen Klopp. And Virgil van Dijk felt he had an obligation there to shoot on sight. There must have been a ball of, I don't know what, 20, 30 yards maybe, 25, 30 yards. He didn't get hold of it as well as he would like. And Liverpool, uncharacteristically here at Anfield, have not had one shot on target yet. They've had one attempt, and that was just a few seconds ago from Virgil van Dijk. A 1-0 down, but they've lost Fabinho as well. As we look at Alisson there, as the television camera comes on. So Dembele has been replaced in the Barcelona game for Griezmann. Barcelona not having it their own way in Spain this season, which is good to see. Free kick to Napoli, foul there by Mane. Spanish referee, of course, winning no friends. Allen was the player that was taken out here. Well, he's got hold of his shoulder. Allen goes down a little bit too easily, maybe. I can understand why the ref's giving it, but who knows? Will I be covering the Merseyside derby? I'm not sure yet. We'll just have to check and see what happens. As we see Napoli now coming forward in droves, looking for this second goal, which will put them well in the driving seat. They've not lost at Anfield yet this season in all competitions, Liverpool. Tonight would not be a good time to start a bad habit. A long ball forward and again out of play, but it is a Napoli ball. Of course, the Merseyside derby next week will be here at Anfield. It's next Wednesday, I believe, and it's part of a 20 game. It's part of a 10 game. Part of 10 games that Amazon are going to be showing live. If you've got an Amazon Prime account, it's actually no extra. And Burnley are one of the first ones on Tuesday night. They play Manchester City. Meanwhile, Milner may be in a little bit of trouble here. The Napoli bench wanting retribution here. It's a foul there on Di Lorenzo. Now the referee is calling across James Milner rather sharply here. Now this could be an interesting decision. Napoli bench want blood. Well, it's a foul. Well, I'm not sure whether that's worthy of even a booking. The referee obviously standing no nonsense here. Oh, Ancelotti looking on the bench. But no yellow card forthcoming. And I think that's the right decision from the Spanish referee. As Bobby Firmino tries to turn, he finds Wijnaldum. Now Henderson. Henderson tries to chip the ball forward, and it's well blocked by the defender there for Napoli. On the edge of his penalty area. Milner takes charge. Now finds Robertson. Looks for Henderson over on the right, and he's found Henderson. It's a great ball. Now then, what can Henderson do here? He's up against the number 6 here, Rui, and it comes off Rui for the throw-in on the far side, almost level with the 6-yard area of Napoli. 6 yards from the far corner quadrant. Throw taken by Gomez. Back to Van Dijk. Van Dijk back inside. Liverpool looking to take the lead. Half-time in the game at Hillsborough. It's Sheffield Wednesday 0, Birmingham City 0. Two former Premier League teams looking to restore themselves to former glories. As Mane goes off in pursuit here for Liverpool here as he lays the ball back, but again Di Lorenzo's had a marvellous match and he's intercepted the balls beautifully as we come up towards half an hour gone. Mr. Suarez has just scored for Barcelona, a man who's, again, I'm allowed to mention for past misdemeanours. I don't think he's a good enough. I never, I think he should have been banned 5 or 6 years ago for what he did in that 2014 World Cup. But anyway, here's Joe Gomez. Round the corner he goes. Here's a chance for Milner. Crossed in there, but turned away once again by Allen and out for a throw. Half-time whistle's just gone at the Riverside. It's Middlesbrough 0, Barnsley 0, real bottom of the table clash. And Jonathan Woodgate under a lot of pressure up at Middlesbrough, and they're not having a great season. He took over from the then sacked Tony Pulis. Well, you don't sack Tony Pulis at your peril as that cross comes in from the right hand side. But again, Meret takes the ball very confidently. Whatever he's had to do, Meret, he's done really, really competently and very, very well. You've got to say that. Not had a particularly meaningful shot to save so far. Now Salah brings down his man, and the frustration's creeping into the Liverpool performance here at the moment. 31 gone, it's still 1-0 to Napoli. If you just joined us late, a goal from Dries Mertens halfway through the first half, really dividing these two teams at the moment as Kabay gets the ball forward now from the free kick. They really are up against it now, Liverpool. They need to try and find a way through into the second half. What they can't afford to do is go off, obviously 2-0 down as that ball's played over the top, and it's well fielded by Alisson. Nottingham Forest winning at half-time. They're going really well this season. I'm liking the look of Forest this season. Saw them against West Brom, and in patches they were pretty good, but West Brom just had a little bit too much for them. But it's been given away here by Liverpool, and here's Mertens, he's onto it. Di Lorenzo was to his right. Mertens, to his credit, tries to redeem himself. Liverpool just managed to get it away there. They're just making one or two elementary mistakes at the moment in defence. This is James Milner on the left-hand side. In appeal to Virgil van Dijk. Still in his own half, incidentally. Hull 1, Preston 0 at half-time. 2-0 Barcelona, I understand now, from Newcastle. So Barcelona seemingly going very, very well. Heading to that earlier goal from Luis Suarez. Former Liverpool man, of course. Here's Bobby Firmino now for Liverpool. Now Jordan Henderson. Henderson to Gomez. On the right-hand channel. Here's Henderson again, looking to size things up. Milner around the corner. Good tackle again. Fantastic tackle this time by Mario Rui. Did really well there. Terrific defending by him. Gomez with the throw though for Liverpool. Just on the edge of the 18-yard area. They need a goal here, the Reds of Liverpool here. The current champions of Europe. Defending the trophy which they won so magnificently in Madrid last season. And then them up the M65 of your hometown. Well, they're leading Brentford 1-0. That's the important thing. It's the M65 for us, not the M62. M62 is more Manchester to Liverpool, or Leeds to Liverpool, not Burnley to you know where. Right, anyway, but here come the chance here for Napoli, but out comes Alisson, and the flag is got up in any case for an offside decision. And Jurgen Klopp must be steaming here. And yeah, it's just off there as that ball's played. Remember Ross Barkley? Oh, how could I forget that? Anyway, here's Virgil van Dijk. Nick Caton has got for a 10-year-old, he's got a brilliant memory. He's gonna go places. You're gonna go places, mate. You're gonna go to Oxford with your photographic memory. Such a knowledgeable guy for a 10-year-old. He's unbelievable. He's a great lad, and a pleasure to have him along as one of my many subscribers. Nearly 6,500 subscribers. We want more though. Keep recommending us to your friends. And a big shout out to Trevor Sports, of course. Trevor Sports doing his alternative view on Liverpool against Napoli, of course. Check out his channel. He brings back old favourites like Grandstand and Sports Night and things like that. Give his channel a try. There's other sports. Meanwhile, there's a massive explosion of frustration going on. Liverpool wanting to take a quick free kick, but this Spanish referee seeming a little bit picky to me, and it looks to me, with 10 minutes of the first half remaining, that he wants to. It looks as if Liverpool are going to have to float one in here. Now, Inter Milan are supposedly they have gone 2 up here for Romelu Lukaku, but now Russ has told us that the Inter goal may have been disallowed through VAR. Now, reading into that what you will, there was an opportunity here for a free kick for Virgil van Dijk, a free header, but it was straight into the arms of the goalkeeper, and Liverpool again denied. As we come towards the end of the final 9 minutes plus any injury time at the end of the first half. And of course we'll be back live on Friday. We won't. I don't know if we'll be bringing you a match from the Europa League tomorrow night, but one thing's for certain, we'll be bringing Malden and Tiptree, the little Essex town famous for its jam, and they take on Newport County in the FA Cup. That's coming up on Friday night. Kick-off for that one, I think, is 7:55. We'll be on the air around about 7:40 for all the build-up to what could well be a very good cup tie indeed. Newport, the last season's Giant Slayers, knocked out Leicester and knocked out Middlesbrough before giving Manchester City one heck of a game at Rodney Parade as the ball was played into the penalty area, turned away by Manolas, and now here's Jordan Henderson knocking the ball back. Now Virgil van Dijk getting possession on halfway, now finding Andy Robertson round the corner. This is Mane back to Robertson. Liverpool looking to try and get themselves back into this game. They trail, remember, for that goal halfway through the first half from Dries Mertens. Yeah. Oh, you did you? Right. I'll check that out. I don't know if I heard it properly, but I'll have a look at that I'll have a look at that afterwards, mate. There's been a goal there in the game. So the Inter Milan goal that we reported, the second one, has been chalked off, and there's been a penalty for Slavia Prague in the meantime. Surek has made it 1-1 after 37 minutes, and looking good at the moment for them. 37 minutes gone here, and it's Liverpool 0, Napoli 1, I'm afraid. And it's not turning into a good first half for Liverpool. They really need maybe a rocket from Jurgen Klopp to really get them going in this second half, because they've been very lacklustre in this first half, and it's not like Liverpool to be that way. They're so usually gun-ho and go for the cutthroat right from the word go, and take on opposition teams. But at the moment, Napoli not being a soft touch here, really giving as good as they've got here at Anfield tonight. Liverpool a little bit at sea here at the moment. Still 0-0. Live commentary on the JB Claret YouTube channel. And here comes Napoli again, and Mertens trying to get the ball in towards the number 11 there, Lozano, but he couldn't be found as they try to make a break through the middle. West Brom have gone 2 up against Bristol City, so it could be, if results stay the same, that West Brom will be leapfrogging Leeds into the top spot in the Championship. So it looks as if Leeds are probably going to hold that spot unless Bristol City make the mother of all comebacks in the second half. It looks as if West Brom will be back top above Leeds in that Championship table. In the Champions League, with 39 exactly gone, as the ball comes away here, and here's Virgil van Dijk picking the ball up on halfway. Lovely football again. Pass inside to Robertson, inside to Milner. Now Bobby Firmino takes possession. Now Milner. Nice patient build-up. Ronaldo. All they could do with something from him. Joe Gomez. They maybe need to make another alteration at half-time. As Virgil van Dijk gets possession. Coming up to 40 minutes of the first half play. Coming up to the final 5 minutes. This is Mane for Liverpool. Twisting and turning. And finding Robertson. Robertson inside to Mane. Into the penalty area. Good 1-2. Mane now. Ball back across. Oh, that was a chance that Liverpool were craving and hoping for. And here's Henderson's shot. Right-footed. It was charged down. Ronaldo now tries a right-footed shot. Catches that all wrong. And now here come Napoli now on the break. Couple of really decent opportunities there for Liverpool, but they just couldn't finish. Remains 1-0. Here's Mertens, and he's gone over. That's a free kick to Napoli on the right-hand side. Robertson, the man penalised. 3.5 minutes to go to half-time. The Spanish referee going straight across, and now he's having a word with Ancelotti here. He's having a word with Ancelotti here. And maybe Ancelotti said something out of turn that the referee probably does not like. Passion's running high here when there's Champions League points at stake and you're trying to get into the last 16. But lovely football from Liverpool. Mane's cross back. You've got to say, Napoli have defended the Liverpool's onslaughts. I've kept them really quiet, and that was the first time I've really seen Liverpool explode in that final third. And in the end, Koulibaly got back there and did remarkably well. Still remains 1-0 as we go into the final 5 minutes. A free kick has been given to the men from Naples. And, well, it's Mertens' goal. The VAR has said onside. It wasn't much to spare, but I think he was just onside. I think he was onside by about a few millimetres, but it was the right decision. The linesman was correct, as it turns out. Sadly, from a Liverpool point of view. Don't shoot the messenger, will you? Here's James Milner now for Liverpool. 1-0 down, but still plenty of time for them to get back into this game. Here's Dejan Lovren to Joe Gomez. Gomez now round the corner. And Mo Salah back to Gomez once again. Messi scored the second goal for Barcelona. 2-0 they lead Borussia Dortmund, of course. Here's Robertson into Sadio Mane. Mane does really well. Good football again. Mane goes down. Liverpool want a free kick. They've got a corner. I won't shoot you. Meanwhile, Liverpool got a corner. Excuse me. I try not to laugh for us because I'll cough. So what can Andy Robertson cook up? A goal right now in the last sort of 2.5 minutes before the break would be a godsend for Liverpool. Robertson with a low corner. It was a poor one. And he's quite lucky that Allen miscued it at the near post and it's gone behind for another corner. So Robertson has got a chance to try again. Maybe a bit more height and a bit more accuracy is needed. And that's curled out and then back in, and it's a goal kick. Another poor corner. Ghent 0, Salzburg 1. Darker with the goal and the ball, just curling out of play and then back into play, and therefore a goal kick is the correct decision from the referee. It has to be said. Half time in the game between Red Bull Leipzig and Benfica. Benfica winning by a goal to 0. Inside the final 90 seconds of normal time here at Anfield, as Liverpool battling for possession again, and Robertson just losing it a little bit. Ronaldo winning it back now on that left hand side. It's just a bit bunched up on that near side channel at the moment, and the ball boys trying to get involved again as they did to dramatic effect last night at Anfield. As Virgil van Dijk takes possession, hits the ball long, and a good 1-2, and it's Robertson now on the ball into the area, and a chance here now into the area. Mane goes down, referee says no! Look to penalty from first hearing. It's got to be said. Got to be a penalty for me. I think VAR must check that, surely. Looked a penalty to me. Marnie certainly went down there. We're playing the final 20 seconds. There may well be a bit more controversy. Mind you, Marnie's got the ball now. Into the left-hand side. Plays the ball in. So just too high for Salah. The cross from the left-hand side. So Gomez has a chance to reload. Into Salah. Salah just has to turn. Now then, Henderson. Henderson with a good cross, and it's gone behind, potentially for a corner. There are 4 added minutes at the end of the first half. Pure and simple for the 2 inches. Now, there will be a check on this. Now, was this a penalty? Well, it's a close run thing. I'm not sure. Salzburger 2 up at half-time. We're into 4 minutes of stoppage time. Corner given. Into the area goes, and it's headed away. Real opportunity there. Milner putting in the corner. He's taking the quick throw in. Level with the penalty area on the left-hand side. The ball floated in there by Milner. Headed back now by Lovren. Henderson to Salah. Salah into the penalty area. Right-hand side. Oh, he's hit the defender and come away. And Liverpool just not having any luck in this first half whatsoever. Napoli, though, to their credit, are defending magnificently, like all Italian defences should do. This is Marnie. Good football this time by Liverpool. This time it's James Milner looking to create space for a cross. It's towards the far post, and there's going to be a free kick there. Fouled by Joe Gomez, I'm afraid, on Mario Rui. Half-time at the Nou Camp, Barcelona 2, Dortmund 0. Half-time, Slavia Prague 1, Inter Milan 1. I think that's a penalty. I really do think that. I've got to be honest. I think that looks a dead cert of a penalty. VAR did check it. But Jurgen Klopp is certainly not an impressed Liverpool manager at the moment. We've had 90 seconds of the 4 minutes. And things are not working out as they seem here. We're halfway past those 4 minutes, of course. And now Allen has gone down. We've almost had the halfway point to the 4 minutes. Jurgen Klopp is furious. And I think he's getting a booking. Jurgen Klopp has been booked. A sensational thing there. Jurgen Klopp has been shown the yellow card. So as things stand, Napoli would be top with 11 points. Liverpool second. But the sensation here as we go towards the end of the first half here, that's Jurgen Klopp, presumably for protesting too much, has been shown the yellow card. And remember, this season now under new regulations from the football powers that be, the referees have got every right now to book coaches and managers. And Jurgen Klopp has just copped a yellow card for his troubles. Liverpool 1-0 down as we go into the final 75 seconds of stoppage time. This is James Milner with the cross. Little deflection on it. Can't find Bobby Firmino. Ball will go into touch for a throw-in. A level with the 18-yard box on the far side. So Jurgen Klopp has been booked, I should tell you now, for Liverpool. Ball hacked away, and that will be Alisson. Apart from the goal, has had nothing really much to do. As the ball is laid forward, 50 seconds left to go. Birmingham have just scored through Jimenez at Hillsborough. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Birmingham City 1. This is James Milner. Weaves his way into the area. James Milner, what a good run, good shot, and a good save. A terrific save at the near post by Murray. The first piece of work he's had to do. And it's come in the dying stages of the first half. James Milner rolling back the ears with wonderful skill, cutting in from the left-hand side. He got into the penalty area, hit his shot with the left foot, and in the end, the goalkeeper was a brick wall in front of him. Still Liverpool have it. Here's a chance for Firmino. Firmino trying to hold it up. He's got Ronaldo to his left. Here's Ronaldo. He's got Robertson on the left as well, but he goes back to Van Dijk. We've played 4 minutes and a half-time whistle goes, and Jurgen Klopp straight away goes down to prepare for a half-time team talk. It's a sensational game here at Anfield because Liverpool are behind, and Liverpool are furious. Lovren is having words with the Spanish official, the Spanish referee, which is Grande. And in Jurgen Klopp's eyes, he's been far from grande, because they feel they should have had a penalty, Liverpool. But it's that goal after 21 minutes from Dries Mertens, and it was onside after constant checks with the VAR official Jose Maria Sanchez that has given that goal for Napoli. To be fair to Napoli, they've defended really well, but Jurgen Klopp has also been booked, and there's plenty of work for Liverpool to do. We're going to take a 10-minute break, folks, and then after that break, this whole second half, what will happen next, I wonder? Who knows? But at half-time here at Anfield, it's Liverpool 0, Napoli 1. We'll see you in 10 minutes. Welcome back to Anfield, where we've got some half-time scores. Genk 0, Salzburg 2, Liverpool 0, Napoli 1. They're all half-times in Group E. Group F, Barcelona 2, Borussia Dortmund 0, Slavia Prague 1, Inter Milan 1. Group G, a full-time result. Zenit 2, Lyon 0, Leipzig 0, Benfica 1. And in Group H, already a result. Valencia 2, Chelsea 2, of course, and 0-0 Ajax 1. That's in match day 5. Group E through to F as we wait with bated breath for the second half. Liverpool 0, Napoli 1 is the half-time score here. And we're still waiting for the two teams. Hull goes 3-0 up against Preston. Grozicki with the third goal. McGuinness has scored a penalty as well, which put them 2 up before that. And Wallace has just been sent off. And now we are back live with the action. And we're ready to go for the second half. And don't forget, we'll be finished by about 10 to 10 this evening. So here we go then. The second half underway, hopefully now. Looking to get underway now. 45 minutes away, Liverpool. And it might go to a 6th game if they don't get a result here tonight. If they can get something from this game to a comeback win, that would take them through. But their defence is certainly, their Champions League defence is certainly on the line here tonight. A defeat wouldn't mean the end of it. But Liverpool really do need to win if they're going to just take it easy on that last game, because of the tough run they've got to come. And they've lost, obviously, of course, they lost Fabinho at the start. So that's a real problem. But there's no further changes at half-time. So as it stands, Napoli with 11 points, Liverpool with 7. But Salzburg now right up them 2 points behind with 7. Genk, of course, can't qualify. They've only got 1 point as things stand for their 5 games. And in fact, we'll go out of Europe altogether anyway. As Virgil van Dijk finds Mane, but he's lost out possession. Just to remind you of the teams, there was that one alteration from the original lineup. Alisson in goal, Gomez, Lovren, Van Dijk, Robertson, and then Wijnaldum replacing Fabinho, of course, and then Milner, Salah, Firmino, Mane, Adrian, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Lallana, Shaqiri and Origi and Alexander-Arnold are the substitutes that are left for Jurgen Klopp to use. And here come Napoli now on the break. This is number 8 here. Ruiz gets the ball forward. Ruiz trying to turn, but good challenge there by Gomez. Now Salah takes possession. We'll give you that Napoli lineup in a second or two. Just to remind you of what happened earlier. So Napoli lineup as follows: Moreira in goal, Maxovic, Manolas, Cabaya the captain, Di Lorenzo, Ruiz, Allen, Zinierski, Mario Rui, Lozano, Mertens are the 11 for Napoli. We'll bring you their subs in a minute because Mane's on the ball here. Finds Gomez. Gomez checks, finds Mo Salah. Good football again. Henderson round the corner. They claim corner. Goal kick given to Napoli. On the bench for Napoli, David Ospina, Calderon, Lorente, Elmas, Roberto, Younes, Gitano. And the referee comes from Spain, Carlos del Cielo Grande, who's sensationally booked Jurgen Klopp right at the end of that first half. So Liverpool here with it all to do in this second half. As we're now 2.5 minutes into the second half here, live on the JB Claret YouTube channel. Nice to have you with us tonight as Liverpool starts going forward, and there's no foul there. Oh, there is a foul there. Another questionable decision from the Spanish referee. And Jurgen Klopp, who has to not say another word, otherwise he might get the red one. Well, nothing in it to me. Mane's just, I've just seen what Jurgen Klopp makes of it there. He can't believe it. I don't think this referee wants to be Liverpool's friend at the moment. One or two bad decisions going against Liverpool at the moment, but take nothing away. Out comes Alisson, and Alisson kicks away into touch. And they've got a little bit of respite here, Liverpool, but they are 1-0 down. Throw in to Napoli midway inside their own half, and it's going to be number 6, Rui, to take it. Rui goes short, backs it back again. Now it's the number 11, Lozano. Turns away once again through the centre. Lozano making a good run, but Gomez Doesn't foul him and then hesitates a little bit. Now he's lost possession to Mertens. You don't want to be doing that. Mertens' cross is badly overhit. It may well go out of play here. And indeed it does, thanks to some great defending from Robertson. And he has a little scuffle with Lorenzo on the far side. And it's just getting a little bit scrappy out there on the field. But Joe Gomez there caught in no man's land as Marnie comes forward. But he's well muscled out of it at the moment. This Napoli defence, certainly not for budging. Napoli leading 1-0 in the Champions League Group E. 4 minutes on the second half played. Don't forget the JB Man of the Match Award will be in operation around about 65 minutes. I'll tell you how to vote nearer the time. But the Man of the Match vote is in full swing as regards that. As Liverpool now look to get forward here with Joe Gomez. Gets the crawl into the penalty area. Goalkeeper again deciding to come, and it was a good decision. Moraes had a terrific game. Made that save at the end of the first half, you may remember, from James Milner, and he's kept Liverpool out. He's had a magnificent match, and he's done marvellously well. Kicks the ball from the ground, bowled it along the deck. Now a long ball forward by Napoli, and again, this time Lozano on the chase. Lozano keeps his balance and his feet really well, does really well on the right hand side. Lovely football this from Napoli. The ball deflects, Mertens dummies it, and it could have gone anywhere. Napoli still have possession inside the Liverpool penalty area. This is a real worry here. This is number 8 Ruiz trying to chip the ball forward. It comes off Mo Salah's chest. It will be a Napoli throw in midway inside the Liverpool half. Napoli attacking the Anfield Road end in the second half. Liverpool attacking the Kop end, hoping that the ball will be sucked into the back of the net. The Kop need to come as a 12th man here for Liverpool at the moment. Nothing's working out for them at the moment. Lozano off Gomez. It will be, I think, a throw-in maybe, or is it a corner? Could be a corner. This, I'm suggesting here. Yeah, it looks as if Dries Mertens is going to go over, and it will be a corner. So my properties were correct. So a chance here for a second one potentially here for Napoli. Maximovic is forward from the back as that ball swept into the penalty. It was a good corner from Dries Mertens. It was a really well conceived corner, but now Liverpool trying to break now. They get a throw in. Klopp trying to get Liverpool motoring. It's Andy Robertson who's gone to the right hand side here. And now he's going back into his favourite position of left, but he gets the ball, however, and plays it over to the far side. Gomez is now gone to the left. And now the two wing backs swap sides now. Here's James Milner now for Liverpool. Down the right-hand channel this time. Into Salah. Back to Milner once again. Still on the right. Now back in field. Over halfway. Back into Liverpool territory this time. Virgil van Dijk to Andy Robertson, who's now on the left-hand channel. Liverpool 0, Napoli 1 is the scoreline. Here's Joe Gomez. Infield to Henderson. Henderson goes back. Now here's Milner for Liverpool. Good football again. Salah around the corner. Gomez with the cross. It's a poor cross by Joe Gomez. And maybe at this point now, Jurgen Klopp may have to look at somebody like Trent Alexander-Arnold maybe, who could probably provide better balls than that. He does have Oxlade-Chamberlain as well. He has Divock Origi, Shaqiri as well, who can do a good set piece as well. Now, there's plenty still there. Remember, he's got 2 substitutes left to pick from here, Jurgen Klopp. One has obviously been forced upon him. Throwing to Liverpool on the halfway on the far side. Can Liverpool pick a way through this very stubborn Napoli defence? At the moment, it's not for budging. Now then, good tackle there by Gomez. Needs to sort of make amends. He's made a couple of elementary mistakes in the second half. It hasn't been punished, thank heavens, for him. Here's Wijnaldum to Robertson. He's not had his best game by none. He's usually very good in Champions League games, the young Scot. A real fine for £7 million. Here's Salah. Oh, that's a poor ball from Mo Salah. And there's just not the intensity there that we're used to seeing from Liverpool week in, week out. They're picking a big time now to play a bad game. This is Gini Wijnaldum. Round the corner from Henderson. Now Gomez. Round the corner towards Milner. And it's going to be a goal kick, I think, to Milner's disbelief. By Napoli. Milner having plenty to say towards the assistants on the near side there. But it looks as if we might have a look at a substitution potentially. Maybe Oxlade-Chamberlain coming on. They need some more bite in midfield, I feel. They need a bit more cost maybe to get a bit of service to the likes of Salah, Firmino, who's hardly had a touch in this game so far. And we've had 55 minutes almost of the game. 10 minutes almost of the second half. 9 gone in the second half. 54 gone in total. It's Liverpool 0, Napoli 1 in the Champions League Group E. And as things stand, it would be a double for Napoli. They'd won 2-0 in the opening set of fixtures when they went to Naples at the start. Here's Gomez now. Real opportunity occurring. Here's Henderson chipping it in there. The goalkeeper coming off limits, but it didn't get there. And the ball has been hooked wide. Deep inside the penalty area by Bobby Firmino. I think Kabay might have got back on the line, and hooked it out. But it was a lovely... This is Liverpool we've come to expect. Putting pressure there. The goalkeeper there, that's his first big mistake he's made tonight. And he almost got punished for it. And his captain has just bailed out his team. That was going in. It's a corner kick only to Liverpool. They deserved a bit more than that. James Milner going to take it. Right-hand side. Right-hand quadrant. Can Liverpool get themselves the equaliser? The ball high into the penalty area. Van Dijk jumping. And it comes out to Henderson. Shot was blocked. Now a chance now for number 11, Lozano, to break here. But Liverpool now starting to ask one or two questions. That's ominous. This is Mo Salah. And then the ball's hooked away again. 1-0 to Napoli. It's not turning into a great night for Liverpool if you're a Liverpool persuasion. Leipzig are 2-0 down. Vinicius has scored the second one there. And we've just got one or two problems again, technical errors, but we'll iron those snags out for you in just a second. Well, I can tell you it's 1-0 to Napoli, and Liverpool all of a sudden starting to knock on a few doors. As we now go into the closing stages of the second half, Henderson gets the throw out to Milner once again. Liverpool now looking to try and find a way through into this game again. Remember, Liverpool need a win really to keep their Champions League hopes very much in kilter and in sync. We just lost a few pictures here. We'll try and get them back. Give me the FA Cup. Well, we'll be giving you some FA Cup action on Friday, incidentally. Just to remind you that the FA Cup will be back on the JB Claret YouTube channel on Friday night. We've got a live match. Malden and Tiptree are in action. They play off against Newport County, the knockout giant slayers of last season when they knocked out Leicester City amongst other teams to win the game there. Promise has just scored in the game for Ajax against Lille, incidentally. Now we're back live with the action, and here's Andy Robertson now for Liverpool, who trail 1-0 here. The ball played into the area. It will be a corner now for the Reds. 59 gone. Good evening to Best Game of 4 329. Good evening to you, mate. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for choosing us for your football fix tonight. So James Milner to take the corner. We're almost had an hour gone. And Lovren, Firmino all lined up here as that ball comes into the area. Again, a up and under, and again, Meret takes the ball very calmly inside his 6-yard area. And quells another potential Liverpool attack. And Malden and Tiptree against Newport is our next live offering here on the JB Claret YouTube channel. Friday night, remember. Kick-off for that game, 5 to 8. got to be said. 5 to 8 kickoff. We'll be on the air around about 20 to 8 that evening, bringing you a bit of build-up into a second-round game. And, of course, we'll bring you full audio reaction from the audio coverage of the third-round draw of the FA Cup. That will be on Monday night. As Robertson now comes forward now for Liverpool. Hits a live ball forward looking towards Mo Salah, and he nearly found him there. And now Liverpool have got some defending to do here, but Robertson has pinched the ball down the left-hand side. Marnie's on the overlap. Robertson will go straight forward. He goes in towards Salah. Salah shoots and he hits it straight down the goalkeeper's throat on the edge of the penalty area, just inside the area. Hits it nonchalantly with his left foot, but hits it nonchalantly into the arms of Meret, who takes the ball very, very calmly indeed, straight down the goalkeeper's throat, and it remains 1-0. Atmosphere building here all the while here. Liverpool 0, Napoli 1. And the foul there on halfway. Good night, New Caden. Good night to you. Of course, he's a young lad, so he's got to be in bed early. He's got school in the morning. Handball, was it? No, was there a foul there by Ronaldo? There was a little bit of tangling there between him and Dries Mertens. And Dries Mertens having a few words to say to the referee here. It is a Napoli free kick on halfway. They've taken it short here to Allen. And the ball worked forward, and now a chance here, and there's a break on here on this far side, on this near side. And it's the number 6 with the cross, and that was Rui with the ball, and then it was a little bit of an up and under sort of thing, and then it came into Alisson. Jared Bowen again has hit the bullseye, 4-0 to Hull, and it's a super smashing great night for the Tigers as they ran 4 past Preston, and Jared Bowen has got 2 of them. This is Chamberlain now, the substitute. Chips it into the penalty area towards the back post. It's a corner. Let me know who came on for him. I don't know who came on for Axel Chamberlain, but I know he's on now. I think he might have replaced Jordan Henderson. I'm not sure. If someone can double check for me, that would be magnificent. But it's Axel Chamberlain on now. As the corner is conceded here. No, real opportunity now for Jurgen Klopp to try and... Right, it's a goal kick, in fact. It remains 1-0 to Napoli as we go into the 63rd minute of the game. JB man of the match will be up and running in a few seconds. Let's just see how this attack pans out first. Oxlade-Chamberlain on the field. I think he might have replaced James Milner, actually. No, Joe Gomez is the man he's replaced. So Gomez has been replaced. I'm not surprised in the least, to be honest. Ox is on for Gomez. We just lost pictures for the second. That's why we were asking Ryan Moses and Ross Banner. Thank you very much, as that ball is hooked in there towards Sadio Mane. It's out of play for a throw-in. Midway inside the Napoli half to Liverpool. On the far side, Liverpool now going for the jugular. They have to. Looking for this equalising goal. 63 minutes gone. JB man of the match. You know the drill. Name of the player that you want to see win our supplementary award or win our supplementary man of the match. Name of your player and then hashtag it with the JB MLTM, and whoever has the most votes wins our supplementary man of the match. Simple. Sheffield Wednesday have just equalised through Harris in the game against Birmingham. It's 1-1 between those two former Premier League sides. This is Jordan Henderson for the champions of Europe and Premier League leaders Liverpool. And now Oxlade-Chamberlain out to the far side, and the evergreen Andy Robertson. How they could do with a big second half from him. Milner chips it into the danger zone. A real opportunity there, and the ball headed out, and it will be a corner kick. Dries Mertens is the first bidder for man of the match from Russ. He reckons Mertens has had a good game. I have to concur, he's done really well tonight, Mertens, and took his goal ever so well. Liverpool have got 25 minutes or so, and you can vote, by the way, for man of the match up until the 90th minute, the final minute of the normal time, as the corner comes in into the area, and it's gone in. It's gone in. It's Dejan Lovren inside the penalty area. He finds the left-hand corner with a header, and Liverpool are right back in this game. 1-0, and Murray is finally beaten. And Anfield comes alive once again. And now it's Napoli's turn to complain. Are we going to have VAR once again? They're claiming something. Must have a bit of a push going on in the penalty area. Let's have a look. Well, there's nothing wrong with Lovren's goal, that's for sure. Left at the penalty spot, and he's won that clearly as far as I'm concerned. And that's gone beautifully into the left-hand corner. The goalkeeper knows he's not getting there. I don't know what Napoli have got a case for here. They're trying to complain, and they're going to get it goal checked. They've bullied the referee into checking the VAR. I don't think there's anything wrong personally with that goal. I'll be amazed if this is not given. I'll be amazed if this is not given. I think the goal's going to be given. It has been given. One apiece then. So 66 minutes gone. And it's one apiece. Well, this really is set up for a grandstand finish. Griezmann has just scored for Barcelona. 3-0 lead against Dortmund at the Nou Camp Stadium. But it's Liverpool's now to win. And the group now will take another extraordinary twist here. If Liverpool can score again, they qualify. This is how fine this thing is. It's a big moment in the game. That's a great header from Lovren. I didn't see anything wrong at all with that. It was a terrific header. The goalkeeper had no chance. I don't know what Napoli were really moaning about there. I can't see anything wrong with that at all. It was a terrific header. And Liverpool have fought back bravely and probably now on balance deserve to be level. And there's still 23 minutes left to play. We've had 67 minutes. Come on, give the goal, will you? The goal has been given, Sue. The goal has been given. I can tell you it's one apiece. And Liverpool now, I've got the crowd right behind them now as we go into the final 22 and a half minutes. We're halfway past the second, halfway through the second half. And here goes Oxlade-Chamberlain. I think him coming on has made a huge difference. Oh, and in the end it just couldn't drop. And now Henderson on the chase here against Ruiz. Against Rui, and it's come off Henderson last and behind for a goal kick. But there's a lot more all action about Liverpool, a lot more passion about Liverpool, and that can only bode well for this, for the rest of this second half, for absolutely certain. It's a white-hot atmosphere, and when you look at it logically, folks, it's no more than what Liverpool have deserved. They played really well to get back into this game. And here they are now on the verge of turning it all around. At this moment in time. The Kop is singing. The Kop is full of vibrance and full of vitality. Nottingham Forest have gone 2 up, incidentally, in the game at Queen's Park Rangers. Meanwhile, we've got Wijnaldum on the far side here for Liverpool. Looking to try and get another one here. Henderson laying it in, but it's backing out once more. And now Robertson on the far side. Liverpool now looking for this second goal, which would put them in touch in the group. Forest are 2 up there, cementing their playoff place as things stand in the Championship. And now Robertson again on the far side. A wonderful cross in there, looking for Bobby Firmino. It's hooked away. I think it's going to be a throw-in. It is. And all of a sudden, Napoli are under a lot of pressure. Manola just knocking it out. And Manolas, I should say. Now then, Liverpool now with the ball. Oh, and he's lost it. And now this could be problems. Oh, well, what a good tackle that was. What a good tackle that was. I think it was Bobby Firmino of all people. This is Henderson now in deep inside territory here as the ball's laid into Salah inside the Napoli penalty area. Good control, but he showed too much of it to 2 or 3 Naples defenders who got back and stopped him in his tracks there, and the ball threaded through. No foul. It's with Alisson. And there we go. So, one apiece. 20 minutes left to play. Liverpool 1, Napoli 1 in Group E of the Champions League. Match game 5. This is Chamberlain. Oh, he just couldn't get it through to Henderson, who was making a good underlapping run down the right-hand channel. And in the end, the attack sadly broke down. But it looked as if there was a bit of wrestling there by Kobayi. And I have to say, if VAR have got their wits about them, that should be a penalty, should it? Look at that. That's a penalty. He's got a fistful of shit, Kobayi, and he's got off scot-free. Unbelievable. Referee has not had a particularly good night for me. Spanish officials are supposed to be some of the best referees in Europe. But at the moment, looking at this guy, I'm not so certain. Grabban had got the second goal, incidentally, for Nottingham Forest. Llorente is going to come on. Former Spurs and Swansea City player. So Lozano is off. Fernando Llorente is on. Played last time against Liverpool in that European Cup final back in early June when they lost 2-0. Then with Tottenham. Lozano very disappointed as he makes his way to the bench below me. So, 18 and a half minutes plus stoppage time. Remember, the JB man of the match is in full swing. Name of your player, please. And hashtag it with the hashtag JBMOTM, please. At the moment, Dries Mertens is leading our vote. Here's Lovren to Van Dijk. And now Robertson on the far side, hugging that touchline. Plays it towards Bobby Firmino. Firmino does well, and in fact, he wins the corner there off the defender, Manolas. So a corner kick on the far side to Liverpool, who are attacking the Kop end in the second half, remember, folks. Live on the JB Claret YouTube channel. 72 minutes gone. Here's Milner from the short corner. Here's Mane. Mane playing the ball across. Finds Lovren on the right-hand side, I should say. Lovren runs out of pitch. And that's a little bit of a disappointing end to what might have been a promising attack. But Lovren's goal that's got Liverpool back in the hunt. And if I could score again in the remaining, 17 and a half minutes that remain. Who knows? Mario Rui with the throw. Header won by Henderson, but he was being pushed. Referee didn't spot anything wrong with it. Now here comes number 22 here. Di Lorenzo, and he goes down again. Referee says, no, get up, get on with the game, son. Lovren takes the throw, goes back to Alisson. 17 to play. Liverpool 1, Napoli 1 in the Champions League, Group E. First in the Premier League against 7th in Serie A. In the Italian Serie A, the long ball forward here. 1-1 it is at Anfield. And it's been a great performance. Great second half revival from Liverpool, having had a really poor first 45 minutes by their own high standards. Here's Henderson down the right-hand channel. He's got two in the middle if he can get the ball across there, but it's too close to Maguire, and he does really well. He's had a great game, Maguire. Murray, I should say. Murray. That's it. Straight into the arms now of the goalkeeper. And of course, with it being at 1-1, it's going to be a tough old test. But you never know what might happen. Nottingham Forest are 3 up now. Carvalho with the third goal. Here's Jordan Henderson again on the side for Liverpool. The game just calming down a little bit as the ball's lifted in high towards Robertson by Dejan Lovren. He did well to find Robertson. Now what can Liverpool cook up here? Ronaldo 25 yards from goal. This is Salah laying it off. This is good football from Liverpool. Henderson looking to tease his man. Now the ball comes in from Chamberlain into the penalty area. And then the shot back in and over the top it goes by Robertson and behind for a goal kick. Dortmund have scored. Jadon Sancho has pulled one back for Borussia Dortmund. 3-1 the score. So a quarter of an hour left to play here. And the game absolutely evenly poised and balanced at 1-1. We're going to see the final Liverpool alteration. We're going to see Trent Alexander-Arnold, the local lad, of course. A local man done good. I seem to come out of Liverpool in terms of football since Steven Gerrard all those years ago. And here is Van Dijk to Lovren. Now Milner is playing as an auxiliary right back, it looks like to me, as he finds Henderson. They try to link up the ex-England teammates. Back to Milner again. Two great leaders in that Liverpool side. Milner again, touch back. He's the vice-captain, of course. And now Van Dijk out to the far side. And Andy Robertson's had a terrific second half. And here's a chance for a cross, but ball ran out of pitch. It was Bobby Firmino making the run, and it's out for a goal kick there. Full time at Hillsborough, incidentally. Sheffield Wednesday 1, Birmingham City 1. And the points shared there between the two former Premier League clubs who are languishing at the moment in the mid-table zone in the Sky Bet Championship. So Trent Alexander-Arnold is going to be coming on shortly, getting his final instructions from the assistant manager, Jurgen Klopp's lieutenant, as we now go into the final stages of this game. And Ancelotti's men have done. They did well in the first half. It was certainly, they just shaded it, maybe the Italian side, but certainly in the second half, Liverpool have dominated proceedings and have got the goal. Their dominance is well and truly deserved. Ajax have gone 3-0 up against Lille. Ziyech has scored the third one for the former champions of Europe. I think they've won the competition 5 times. As the ball now goes over to the far side, Wijnaldum is there. Your ace, JB, says Panini. Thank you from one commentator to another. It's nice to see that. I'm appreciated as Alisson comes rushing out of his goal, and he had to get there. And my mind went flashing back to Ederson when he completely went to miss when he went to clear and he missed his kick completely and didn't get punished for it. So Trent Alexander-Arnold comes on with 13 minutes to go, and I'm not surprised in the least it's James Milner. He's gone off the field on the far side, so it will be a point apiece, Sue. There's no knockout rounds because it's group stage, so it's on a league basis. They've got one more match to go. And whoever qualifies from the top 2 going to the last 16, which takes place over 2 legs, of course. Salah into the area now. Firmino. Chance here now for Chamberlain. Just asked a little bit of Salah, who couldn't reach the ball. Ronaldo still might for Liverpool. The ball deflects, and it will come away now to Van Dijk, but it's gone out of play. And Milner in a good hand and a good clap from the knowledgeable, sizable crowd here at Anfield. 12 minutes to play plus stoppage time. Liverpool 1, Napoli 1 in the Champions League. Free kick to Liverpool there. Referee has not had his best night by far. He's not refereed this game at all. Lukaku has just scored for Inter Milan. Slavia Prague 1, Inter Milan 2. This is Virgil van Dijk now for Liverpool. He chips the ball in towards the penalty area, or towards the far side. Alexander-Arnold gets his first touch. Touches it back once again. This is Alexander-Arnold, or Chamberlain, I should say. Chamberlain measures in across. It's very deep towards the far side. Robertson will take it. Then the volley back in, and just wide of the post from Gini Ronaldo, who can score goals and has scored goals very recently. And we almost repeated the trick here. Ronaldo, who got famously scored 2 goals in that sensational comeback last season against Barcelona in the semi-finals. Almost repeating the trick down. It would have been a spectacular goal if he had made it. We're going to see another substitution here for Napoli. And we'll find out who that is. Bristol City have just pulled a goal back. Daylayed, I think that's how you pronounce it, for Bristol City. Good side. But Lee Johnson has fashion there. Should be there or thereabouts in the playoff race this season. They covered them last year in the cup tie against Wolves, and they were superb on the day without penetrating walls. They were close to taking it to extra time in that 5th round game. I was calling it on the channel, and it was a really good game. Unfortunately, them up the M65 won Brentford 0. That's not a good result. We want them to go down. So Brentford there, a little bit disappointing there at you know where tonight. As Liverpool again get a free kick. Questionable decision. I thought it was the other way. I thought it was a foul there by Virgil van Dijk, but it's a free kick to Liverpool. But we're going to see number 12 here. Elmaraz. So Elmaraz is going to come off. And it's Dries Mertens who's coming off. It's Dries Mertens who's goal after 21 minutes had put Napoli ahead, but he's now coming off the field. So it means Lozano and Mertens are both off, and it looks as if Elmaraz is going to come on now. Eljif Elmaraz. Hull 4, Preston 0. Great result there. And that's 4-0 to Hull. QPR 0, Nottingham Forest 4. Well, you got plenty of other cup ties on Saturday and Sunday, Panini. Just convenient for me, as there'll be big Premier League games taking place at the same time as the weekend games, so you can give the FA Cup some coverage during the weekend, of course. Malden and Trictree and Newport is our 2nd round feature commentary. As Lorenzi holds the ball up, and that's a good down the good ball down the left hand side here, and it's the number 12 Elmas now getting his first touch back inside to Ruiz. West Brom have just gone 3-1 up. Hal Robson-Kanu against Bristol City. 3-1 it is to West Brom. It looks as if they're going to be staying top of that. Looks as if they're going to go above Leeds and top of the championship tree this evening. 8 minutes plus stoppage time to play. It's Liverpool 1, Napoli 1 in the Champions League. We'll be coming off air straight after we finished here at Anfield. Final whistle goes. That's it. We are off as well. As Genk have pulled a goal back by Samata. 3-1 to Salzburg in that game. So Genk, and that's a game that's involving Liverpool as well, but of course it's a goal for Genk. That's not going to mean too much really in terms of the group, of course. If I were to come back and score another 3 goals, that would be amazing, but never mind. Here's Alexander Arnold. Can Liverpool try and find a way through at the end here? A bit of an up and under. Salah is underneath it. Salah wins the ball back, and he won it back so cleanly and so very, very well. This is Robertson on the left-hand side. Back to Salah, who's a little bit deeper than he'd like to be. 4-1 to Salzburg in the other game involving Liverpool's group. And here's Henderson now, midway inside the Napoli half. This big encounter here at Anfield. It's going to go the distance, this one. Is there a leg go in the offing here for Liverpool? Henderson now takes possession. If they can get another goal, they could well be in the last 16 of the European Cup with a game to spare, a group game to spare, because they'll have enough points in the bag. This is Chamberlain back to Alexander Arnold and the deep cross, but the guns again. The goalkeeper Murray has done really well. Bit like Patov last night at the Etihad. His handling has been assured, and it's not often I say this about foreign goalkeepers. They usually tend to punch and use their feet and do all sorts of different weird and wonderful things. But these 2 goalkeepers I've said over the last 2 nights, one from Shakhtar Donetsk, the other, of course, from Napoli, they've been really well. They've done really well, I have to say. Final change for Napoli. As they, in their final change, Angelotti's men. Zelinski off. Amin Hunis, number 34, will come on. And West Brom now have gone 4-1 up. Charlie Austin with another goal. Bristol City well beaten now. And back to the drawing board for Lee Johnson's men. As for West Bromwich Albion. and Slaven Bilic. Top of the pile again of the top of the championship. Meanwhile, a chance here now inside the area here from the number 12. Elmaz plays the ball back. Number 34. Eunice takes possession. Eunice does really well. Elmaz is waiting for it here and he gets the ball on the left hand side. Liverpool with a little bit of defending to do with 5 minutes of the game to go. Plus any time added on. A long ball in there. The goalkeeper has to make it and he does. Allison did well. Did really well under the circumstances. Martinez has made it 3-1 now to Inter Milan in Prague. Slavia Prague 1, Inter Milan 3. Martinez with the third in that game as the ball is now hooked back to Allison. And Allison bowls the ball out or slides the ball out. And now here's a chance for Henderson. Henderson takes possession. Gets it out to the near side. And here's Bobby Firmino. Liverpool have got less than 5 minutes to find a winning goal here. Plus stoppage time. Still Dries Mertens leading the race for man of the match from the JB Claret voters. 4 minutes to see what you can do. 4 minutes to vote for your man of the match. Name of your player, please. Plus hashtag JBMOTM, please. At the moment, it's going to Dries Mertens. Here's Virgil van Dijk on halfway. Nice ball out to the far side. Are we going to see a late winner for Liverpool? He will be up there with the most amazing finishes in European football here at Anfield in 50-odd years of European nights here. This is Chamberlain now into the penalty area. Chamberlain to the byline. Does well, gets the cross across, and it's a corner. And now the big opportunity arises now. If they can sneak another one here, Trent Alexander-Arnold will take the corner. And he's not caught them napping this time. Lovren and Virgil van Dijk both forward. Can Lovren score another one? He did last time round. Alexander-Arnold, right-footed from the right-hand side. Into the area it goes. So there was a 6-yard area. Then the shot comes in. A little deflection. Van Dijk was converging on it. Now Alexander-Arnold volleys it from the near side. Still kept in play. Wijnaldum turns, but he can't control it. And it's hooked away by the Napoli defence. Still, the ball comes into the penalty area. Alexander-Arnold might have to bust a gut to try and get there and keep it in. And he's done so magnificently. And he's done even better. He's forced a corner and he's asking for Roars from the Cup. Leipzig 1, Benfica 2. Forsberg with the goal. Meanwhile, Liverpool chipped the ball into the penalty area from the right-hand side. It was Mo Salah who chipped it in. And Chamberlain doing magnificently well, almost showing too much of that to the Napoli midfield. 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes plus stoppage time. Still maybe about a stoppage time soon. Look at the amount of late goals Liverpool have scored in the past in European competition. Never discount Liverpool yet. Never discount your team. Virgil van Dijk chips the ball in. Needs to be a good ball. It's going to be a goal kick to Bobby Firmino's complete utter disgust. And Liverpool, we've just got to accept it and get on with it now. 2 minutes to stoppage time to go. Liverpool 1, Napoli 1. Mertens in the first half for Napoli. Virgil van Dejan Lovren with the header in the second half for Liverpool. Dries Mertens leading our race for man of the match. There are 4 minutes left at West Bromwich Albion. Not that it matters now because West Brom have more or less banked the 3 points they need to go top of the Sky Bet Championship table. It's Premier League weekend, midweek next week. And all 10 matches will be live on television via Amazon Prime. If you haven't subscribed to Amazon Prime, it's $5.99 a month, and you get some really good programs like the Grand Tour. They're bringing out a special in a couple of weeks' time on the 13th, where Wes's Clarkson, May, and Hammond use boats instead of cars for their latest adventure. Be sure to join us. Sure to join them for that on the 13th. It comes out then on Amazon Prime. Here on the JB Claret YouTube channel, it's Liverpool in the Champions League action, but they're being held in the final minute of the game by Napoli. Last minute of normal time, and then we'll get the word from the Spanish fourth official, Montero, to see how long there will be an extra. 30 seconds to go. We'll announce man of the match at the end of this 30 seconds. It looks like it's going to be Dries Mertens who's going to win the man of the match award. This is Henderson. This is Trent Alexander-Arnold. Back to Henderson again. Needs to work across into the penalty area. Deep one towards Marnie. And Marnie can't reach that. And the ball out of play. And they wanted a corner. Have they got one? So let's have a look how much stoppage time there's going to be. We're into it now. We've played 90 minutes. And we'll find out how much stoppage time we'll have in just a second. 4 added minutes at the end. And let's confirm the man of the match is now closed. And Ross's vote has counted big time because Dries Mertens is our supplementary man of the match award winner. 4 added minutes there. We're into the first of them. We've had half a minute off the 4. Napoli content to take a point back to Naples with them. The group's going to be also tight and it's all going to rest surely on that final match day 6. And Liverpool would have wanted, oh dear me, one or two Napoli players trying to collide the advertising boards on the far side there. We've had almost a minute of the 4. Now there's a bit of commotion here. The yellow cards come out to Andy Robertson of all people. He's normally the most composed of the Liverpool players. There must have been something said that's blown a fuse here. And the Spanish referee here is in danger of losing control of this. There's a bit of a free-for-all over on the far side there, and the yellow card is still out. Now, has he found another player to book? He's booked the captain Kabay as well, and I think he's spotted another player he's going to book here. It's going to take some clearing up. This is what happened. It's Andy Robertson. He barges his man. Yeah, that's what happens. Nothing too sinister. He just barges the man, and then it just sparks a bit of a brawl here. Kabay comes across. I'm just seeing it here. I can't see. I need a close-up angle to see who actually started it. Well, I don't think that's the right angle. And this is why BT should not be getting the rights, because they're showing replays from the wrong angles. We need a close-up view of that to work out who the perpetrators was. What I can tell you is Andy Robertson and Kadalo Koulibaly have both been booked. And there was another yellow card that was brandished, I think, but we don't know who it was for. But certainly those two have been booked. So we're halfway through that 4 minutes. We're now into the third minute of 4. Leipzig have equalised through Forsberg 2-2. Full time at the Hawthorns 4-1 winners West Brom against Bristol City. They go top of the championship. This is Trent Alexander-Arnold crossing to the penalty area once again. Though Melee takes the ball. He's looked assured. He's in his handling. He's looked good. He's looked composed. It's not been a bad night for him, but it's been a really frustrating one if you're a Liverpool fan. 70 seconds remain of the 4 minutes. The Spanish referee standing for no nonsense. He's not had his best game, by the way. And Liverpool feel they could have had a couple of contentious penalties as well. Ball hooked high and long. Might have been a potential foul there. Oh, yes, Virgil van Dijk was pushed. Alan absolutely furious, and now he gets himself into a bookable offence. He gets a caution card right at the end. 1 or 2 players losing their discipline. Kabay is the guilty party. And now Alan is in the book. He gets himself a caution card. And with 30 seconds remaining, full time at the Nou Camp, incidentally, Barcelona 3, Dortmund 1. And Slavia Prague 1, Inter Milan 3. Their full time results. 20 seconds of stoppage time to play. Liverpool have a free kick in a very promising position. Can they cook up a late winner from here? Would be dramatic ending now if they come, and it's a free kick is poor, and that will be the last chance goal. We've played the 4 minutes. Napoli will bring that out, and showing how the referee will blow for time. Or maybe Napoli could win it themselves, though. Liverpool come charging forward. The referee hasn't put whistle to his mouth yet. We need to time added on for time added on here. The ball's been kept in play. Chamberlain has to get the ball back. The referee's checking his watch now. And surely this must be it now. We've played 20 seconds over the 4 minutes. Presumably he's adding time on for that free-for-all at the end. And there goes the full-time whistle. And it's going to go to the final match day of the group for both Liverpool and for Napoli. Meanwhile, in the other group, it's 2-2 between Red Bull Leipzig and Benfica. That's into 9 minutes of stoppage time. Incidentally, that's 2-2 there, but it's finished here at Anfield. What a piece. Disappointed, really, in the end for Liverpool when they felt they ought to have won it there, but it wasn't to be for them. And that's the way, unfortunately, sometimes the cookie bounces in this situation. Red Bull Leipzig 2, Benfica 2. That's going on as we speak. But disappointment there for Liverpool. Virgil, obviously, Dries Mertens winning our man in the match vote. So it's ended here. We'll just find out whether there's going to be a winning goal. They've got a corner here. Don't know who's playing. It's Benfica's corner, but looks as if that's going to end 2 apiece then. That seems a very good game to have watched, to have been part of as well there. But it's going to end 2-2, I think. And we'll get that confirmed as a result in a second or two as the teams make their way off at Anfield. Lille 0, Ajax 2. That's now been confirmed as a result. They're still playing in the game in Germany between Red Bull Leipzig and Benfica. And in fact, it's now a full-time result. It's going to end 2 apiece. So a dramatic evening of Champions League football is at an end. And it means Chelsea and Liverpool's fate have not been decided yet. But it's all going to hinge on that final match day 6. As the whistle obviously is gone here at Anfield. So disappointment now. Russ's work is certainly done. And my work is certainly done. That's it from me tonight. It's a sweated out time in a couple of weeks for both Liverpool and for Chelsea. But here at Anfield tonight, it's been a day of frustration for Liverpool. They trailed at half-time. They'll look to a couple of contentious penalty decisions. But at the end of the day, a point it will be. And Jurgen Klopp's men will have to go to the final group game to try and seal their passage into the final 16. It's finished here at Anfield. Liverpool 1, Napoli 0. Thank you to Panini. Thank you to Sue. Thank you to everyone else who's tuned in tonight. New Caton earlier. But not good news tonight from Anfield. Good result for Napoli, however. They get a priceless point, but unfortunately, it's not to be for Liverpool. They've got to sweat it out for another couple of weeks before that final group game number 6. And that's all going to hinge on that. So for full time here, it's 1-1. Don't forget, Friday night, Moulton and Tiptree in the FA Cup against Newport County. Good, should be a cracking atmosphere. Don't forget the kickoff time, 7:55 Friday night here on the JB Clark YouTube channel. Our coverage will begin at around about 7:45. So join me then. I'm going to have a day off tomorrow, but we'll be back with proper cup tie action on Friday. But for me, for now, until Friday, have a fantastic rest of your week, and I'll see you all on Friday night. For me, JB, take care, and I'll see you soon. Good night.